And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for spending some time with us here on the program, supporting the show, supporting the local economy, and all of our expert contributors, supporting the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, always helping you win in your real estate deals, buying, selling, investing, refinancing. We would love to talk to you. We got Sean Febre in the house. He's the owner of Febre Frameworks, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, co-owner.
Yeah, Manny Febre, you can't leave him out, bro.
Manny Fresh, yeah. Manny Fresh. Happy Hour holidays as well. We're going to talk with them here on the program. Also, top 10 legendary Florida-born athletes from Florida. This is out of Florida Sports Recreation. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to mention some of the names they left off. I'm thinking of them as I go here.
Is Brandon Rimes one of them?
Another one. No, not quite. Another one. Well, that might be high school football players, maybe, but not NFL and all that. But I'm just thinking of another one that just hit my name. Yep, that's right. Back in the day. Well, we got some guys. We're going to save that for later. We're going to get into that. Also, Martin Gramatica coming up next as well. Speaking of athletes and former Buccaneer Super Bowl winner. Clearview Imaging Center on the program here. He's going to be representing his new company there as well. All right, a couple of hot listings. We'll jump into it. Oh, by the way, let me remind you, we got Thursday the 22nd, Crown and Bull. We're going to be over at Crown and Bull right there in Dunedin, Florida. Live music, entertainment. It's going to be a great time over there, Dave. It always is.
Always is. Live music, like you said, over at 319 Main Street, right in the heart of Dunedin. Appetizers, everything they make there is delicious, but all the appetizers are covered by the MVP Platinum team, of course. Thursday, May 22nd, 6 p.m. Come on down, network with all the expert contributors, ask all those questions you've been waiting to ask them.
Yep, come on out. Free event. We'd love to see you there.
Seems like it's getting closer to your house all of a sudden.
Well, we're mixing it up. We're doing some.
Gets you right there. That's
right. We're getting some Hillsborough in. We do Brio. We do the Hillsborough time, then we take it to Pinellas. I was thinking about going to Pasco maybe next time.
That's not a bad one.
Bring it up there. I got a good friend
maybe
that owns
the outlets,
a restaurant.
Right?
One of my sellers, actually, a seller I've sold some property for, he owns a really cool restaurant called Get Hooked. Right there, right on Newport Richie.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, nice spot, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what we're doing. We haven't made up our mind yet on that one. All right, here's a hot listing for this segment. We always feature our listings on air. Our strategy works. It helps our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches. And as we're going through these photography, check out the beautiful photography from Febre Frameworks on all of our listings. We've got a property here, 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, Florida. Beautiful property, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square feet. This is a $2.7 million listing. Erin Foley on our team, great listing agent. She does a lot of work behind the scenes helping this property get out there to the masses. Saltwater pool, 100 feet of linear water frontage there. You're 1 block to the beach access where you have access to the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of Pinellas County. 221 Howard Drive, beautiful Bel Air Beach, Florida. Exclusive Bel Air Beach location. Great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. 17416 Magnolia Island Boulevard. This one's over in Claremont, between here and Orlando. Great location. 5 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath, and you have a 2-car garage. 3121 square feet, 1 acre of land. Gated community with lake access. Now, this is a rare gem at an excellent price. Magnolia Island has only about 30 homes in that entire community. Beautiful pool and spa package, screened-in lanai, paver patio back there. And you have a beautiful lighter color kitchen cabinetry, lighter color white appliances there as well. Check out 17416 Magnolia Island Boulevard, Claremont, Florida, and you can see all of our real estate listings. And if you're thinking about buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Hit us up on the website, platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, Sean Febre, welcome back in, sir.
I mean, I love that song that you just played. As you can see, people that are...
Yeah, only in America.
USA right there.
USA, baby. I love it. I love it, man. Representing.
Yeah, last time I was on with my brother. You know, a lot's changed with Febre Frameworks since then. We are now, for all you realtors out there, the Suncoast Tampa Association of Realtors, only diamond affiliate that is a real estate photographer.
Nice.
So, listen, that doesn't come by accident. That comes through hard work, perseverance, and persistence.
I love it.
And actually, today I typed in what is the top-rated real estate photography company in Florida, not just Tampa, Florida.
Yeah. And
we came up as one of the top 3.
I love it,
number
dude.
2.
That's great, man.
Should have been number 1. Google AI, you messed up.
Yeah, I hear you, man. No, that's great. I remember meeting you close to 10 years ago, about a decade now, roughly, and you had the hunger, man. You had the drive, like you said, the persistence, and you said, "Hey, let's talk." And
you had a little less gray hair back then.
I know, right?
But so did I.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's coming up, man. It happens on you. It sneaks up on you there. So yeah, tell us a little bit about Febre Frameworks. What's new, man?
We're doing this again. All right. Well, Febre Frameworks, real estate photography company throughout the state of Florida, and we're top rated. Google AI knows. I want to shout out Quan Remmer. Also, check out his podcast, Hot Topics. That's going to be launching here soon, and he is the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships with Star. So actually, and this is something I learned because we had Jenny Restrepo, who is a title agent and also a realtor, on our podcast. That episode has not launched yet. She said that a lot of these Star facilities, which there are 3 now, I believe, one off of Kennedy, one off of 41, and then one in Pinellas, they have areas where realtors can meet their clients if their broker doesn't have an office building.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's a good thing to do and mainly for females, if they don't want to meet at a client's home because they just spoke on the phone and they don't know if the person has ill intent. It is probably a good idea to check out, these Star facilities, and it's a good resource.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you remember Star, you would know, right?
Yeah, and it used to be Pinellas Realtor Organization, Greater Tampa Realtors.
And it used to be C-Pro,
so now it's,
and then GTAR, and then they all combine.
So now it's combined, And when you think about that safety, what you just mentioned, by the way, Jenny's a partner on the quarterback show as well, Consumer Quarterback Show.
Shout out Jenny.
Insured title. And when you look at the safety side, that's something that the association came together, Florida Realtors came together. They also allow free access to this app for all Florida Realtors. It's called Forewarn. So you literally plug in the phone number of the person that you're talking to and the prospective client, who could be a crazy person. You never know. Let's just face it. What Billy Currington has the country song, "People Are Crazy," right?
Yeah, that's right.
And every now and then we run into them. You know how it goes. You plug the phone number in, and it will pull a background check on these people.
Really?
So a full background check. It's a free from the Florida Realtor. So any agent that's a Florida Realtor, there you go. There's your tech tip of the day. Forewarn is the name of the app. Download the app. Talk to the board. Talk to your broker if you're not sure how to access it. But yeah, that's a great resource, right?
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, Star, what I was told by Quan, I think he said it was the 3rd largest in the U.S., or it may have been Florida. I think Jacksonville and Miami's got them.
Oh, yeah, as far as the affiliates?
Well, no, just the association itself.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of the amount of agents.
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, people don't realize, Hillsborough County, just in general, just talking about Hillsborough County, I think it's like the 18th largest county in the nation.
Really?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Maricopa.
I think we have like 3.5 million residents in Hillsborough County.
Right. Yeah. So it looks at you look at it from that standpoint.
And then we got so much land. I mean, Hillsborough County is pretty big.
Oh, yeah.
Not pretty big. It's huge, man.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean,
really
you got
is.
everything going on in Riverview and like close to Ruskin.
Sebson,
so much land that has not been developed yet.
Sefner, Gibson,
Would you say it's bigger than Duval County of Jacksonville area?
Which one?
Duval.
I think it is Duval.
Well, I mean,
right.
To quote Liam Cohen, Duval. You know what I'm talking about, right? Our former OC.
Vaguely, yeah.
He left the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the offensive coordinator to get the head coaching job for the Jaguars. And in his press conference, the most awkward, cringe moment, he goes, Duval. And we were like, okay.
He tried to do it.
We didn't want you anyways. No, that's a lie. I wanted him as our offensive coordinator. Transitioning to that, you have a list of the top 10 coming from Florida athletes, and that's throughout all the sports,
Florida-born, yes. They got to be Florida-born. So you got top 10 legendary Florida athletes, Florida-born. I'm going to go with their list first, and I'll give you a couple that were left off that are on my list. Okay. All right, so number 1, You got a guy from Fort Myers. You might have heard of him. He's Florida's a true hotbed of culture, vivacity, general high achieving, energetic. This guy goes on. He goes on. Nobody knows him. They know him by prime time. Nobody was louder, prouder,
Deion
more
Sanders?
electric. That's right, Deion Sanders. Fort Myers, prime time. Fort Myers went to Florida State University. He was also a Fort Myers Rebel, as the Pop Warner football team called.
Really?
My Pop Warner team was the LaBelle Cowboys. Edrin James, by the way, who wasn't on this list, was an Immokalee Indian who's from Florida. He's a Hall of Famer as well. So, yeah, Deion Sanders played baseball and football.
Did the LaBelle Cowboys win anything? Because I think the Dallas Cowboys haven't won a playoff game in like 25 years,
Yeah,
right?
we were just talking about that in yesterday's show. We talked about that because Dak Prescott was, I think he was number 5 on the list of the world's highest paid athletes. So, yeah, he was 5 on that list. All right, number 2, Michael Irvin, Fort Lauderdale.
Another Cowboy.
Miami Hurricane. Yep, Miami Hurricane, University of Miami. The U. It was a powerhouse. I guess he went to St. Thomas Aquinas. So, yeah, that's, St. Thomas Aquinas kind of liken them to the Bishop Verreaus of the world. Some of these Catholic schools, private schools, they recruit the best athletes from the areas, and then they build a stellar team, and that's, I guess, apparently what happened here. He's down there. All right, number 3, Emmett Smith, Pensacola.
Another Cowboy, dude.
Yeah.
Are you just listing off former Cowboys?
Hey, they end up over there. I guess Jerry Jones got the deep pockets.
Where did he go? What college?
He was a Florida Gator.
Florida Gator?
Yep.
So they stay in Florida.
Yeah, he was at Panhandle, Florida Gator. And then he was Dallas Cowboys, multiple Super Bowls with the Aikman years in the 90s.
He won 2, right?
Here's one, Steve Carlton, baseball player. Yeah, he's a little bit older. He's flashing back to this he played for 6 teams between 1965 and 1988, probably the most notable for the Philadelphia Phillies. He won his first season, 1972, as legendary, leading the league with an observed 27 wins, 30 complete games, 310 strikeouts, and a 1.97 ERA.
Did he ever win the World Series?
Let's see, became the first Cy Young winner to play for the last place team. Wow, that's interesting. Accounting for nearly half the team's wins. It also mentions in here he dueled Gaylord Perry and Nolan Ryan. So, anyways, there you go. There's 5 of them. We're talking with Sean Febre Frameworks here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and I'm your host, Brandon BRimes. We're talking about the top 10 legendary Florida-born athletes. All right, now we're switching up to a different sport. Got a gal named Chris Everett, Fort Lauderdale.
Yep, I know her.
Women's tennis.
Yep.
1972 to the 1980s. She said she was born for the game. She had a high winning percentage, 89.97 winning percentage.
Oh, wow.
Wow. All right, here's one I honestly don't recognize. Deacon Jones.
Wide receiver?
He was a pass rusher. Pass rusher, opposing quarterback. One of the most feared players in NFL history. The sack is now one of the most important statistics, momentum-changing plays in football. Deacon Jones was a pioneer in the game. All right, Kurt Thomas, Miami, legendary American gymnast Kurt Thomas. Okay, got to say I haven't heard of him. All right, Mitch Richmond, I do remember that name, basketball player. He's from Fort Lauderdale. He was Golden State when they had Tim Hardaway back in the day, Chris Mullin. Yep, and then Andre Dawson, Miami. They called him the Hawk. He played 21 seasons as center and right field for the Chicago Cubs. All right, so let's see. Last one, they're bringing in Alex Rodriguez from Miami. A-Rod was technically born in New York but grew up in Miami. Okay, so he wasn't Florida born then. All right, so there's the ones that they had on the list. They left off a couple here. I've got to put Edrin James on the list.
I was going to say I was going to put Brandon BRimes on the list.
There you go.
I mean,
hey, man, some people, I see the argument there. I don't know.
I
don't know, man.
A little bit biased, I would assume.
Bro. I'm with you, dude. All right, Edrin James.
Hey, what was the most touchdowns you threw in a single season? Regardless of either high school or college.
I can't remember the breakdown, but it was 31 touchdowns total.
In one season?
Yeah.
Or in career?
No, one season. That was my senior year. Rushing, passing, punt return, kick return. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
What were you playing every position on the team? I mean,
kick
return,
played defensive back.
Return?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Might have been an interception return in there.
You had a pick six?
Yeah, it's years ago. I can't remember for sure, but I'm thinking there might be something in there like
Come
that.
on, you're not that old, Brandon.
Dude, that's 30 years this year, brother. It's 30 years. 96, dude. 96, yeah.
Holy cow.
We're celebrating 90 years. But, okay, so our top 10. Edrin James, I got to put him on there. He's from Immokalee.
Yeah, he's good.
Miami.
Hall of Famer.
All-American, and he's a Hall of Famer. Yep, played for the Colts with Peyton. And then also Anquan Bolden. He was a great athlete.
Anquan Bolden's from Florida.
Anquan Bolden. We played against both those guys and beat them in high school. He was over at Pahokee.
And actually, I got to shout out Steven Garcia. He played for the South Carolina Gamecocks. He didn't play in the NFL.
Yeah.
But he beat Alabama.
He's a good player.
He was a good player.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right, there's our top 10. We got to take a quick break. More with Sean Febre Frameworks. And also check out his podcast, Happy Hour Holidays, with him and his brother, Manny Fresh. All right, quick break, right back here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. We'd love to connect with you at BrandonRimes1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to the podcast and Rumble channel, YouTube channel, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rimes here. Did you know that we buy houses cash? We will close quickly and give you a fair offer on your home or residential properties, even commercial properties, and we will give you a fair cash offer, close quickly, and be diligent when you're shopping these types of scenarios, because a lot of the wholesalers, the flippers out there, they will sign you up on an as-is contract, and they will shop that contract and try to find a buyer, but they may not find the buyer, and they won't close. So this is Brandon Rimes, 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. Brandon Rimes, we buy houses cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894 and call or text 813-917-1894, BRimes at kw.com, and that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894, BRimes at kw.com.
Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, we're going to talk more with Sean Febre here in studio with us. He's co-owner of Febre Frameworks, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team. 16625 Goose Ribbon Place, Waimama. This is a beautiful listing that we have down in Waimama, Florida. Beautiful property, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage, smart home. 1,844 square feet. This is a great community. You've got volleyball courts, nature trail, dog parks, and a vibrant clubhouse. But check out that lagoon. I just absolutely love those lagoons, these communities that have those built-in, basically like a beach / pool. I mean, it's so much fun for the kids. I'm sure they are the popular kids in school. 16625 Goose Ribbon Place, Waimama, Florida. Beautiful property there from the Platinum MVP team. We just did a $50,000 price drop at 1161 Rio de Janeiro down in Punta Gorda. 1161 Rio. This one is a great opportunity as well. You got a pool. You have updates in the home, granite countertops. Great opportunity down in Punta Gorda, which is Charlotte County. 4 bedrooms, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot, quarter-acre lot. Great opportunity. New metal roof in 2023. Owner is motivated. Again, $50,000 price drop last week on this property. 1161 Rio de Janeiro, Punta Gorda, Florida. You can see all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.kw.com. Satellite phone store, sat123.com/REQB. Satellite phone store, sat123.com /REQB. If you haven't thought about getting a satellite phone, well, maybe you should. It's perfect for, if you're off on the boat, you're going hiking up in the mountains, or a natural disaster, or some type of other man-made disaster. Satellite phone store, sat123.com /REQB. All right, Sean Febre, final thought, man. Back to you. What else you seeing out there?
Final thought about what, Brandon?
Well, your business,
I need
man.
some clarity, bro.
Your real estate market. You're in real estate. You got photography going. You got drones. You got happy hour holidays. What are you seeing out there?
So we actually just opened up our studio for rental. It's a podcast studio. We're calling it Febre Frameworks Studios right now. I'm producing 4 different shows. And we can definitely, accommodate. If you can't afford, the radio frequencies, you can afford at least to put it on the internet,
Yeah.
And we do everything from recording, audio, video, producing, posting, taking care of your social media. And yeah, man, it's a lot of work. Shout out to everybody back here doing all the work, because these people do not get enough credit for the amount of technicality that's involved with producing a show. I can't even imagine for radio. That's got to be even harder.
Yeah.
Now, final take on maybe the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
You mentioned Deion Sanders a little bit earlier. His son Shiloh Sanders is out here. He just got signed with the Bucs as an undrafted free agent.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and they signed a contract. I think it was a 2-year deal, or maybe. Yeah, they just picked him up, so they actually signed him. Who knows if he'll stay on the practice squad or actually make the 53-man roster? But I'm rooting for him, because everything I see of him out of the mini camps has been astronomically great, man. And they're saying he's a natural born leader, and not being drafted in the 2025 draft, and to come out and the franchise is saying that about him, that's amazing. I want to say something about, though, his other son, Shador, and also Cleveland's front office.
Okay.
What are you guys thinking? You have 5 quarterbacks on your roster. I get Deshaun Watson is not going to play. He's probably going to be on IR, but you got Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Shador, and Gabriel Dillon. I mean, one of those are going to have to drop off, be on the practice squad, and then the other 3 are going to compete. I don't know what's going on in the front office of Cleveland, but, dude, that person needs to be fired.
Well, maybe they're letting him compete.
Is.
Let him compete, and then you're going to trade him off.
Bro, they haven't won a playoff game in since Baker Mayfield. They're garbage.
Yeah.
And I have family up in Cleveland. They're like, there's nothing to apologize about. They are just garbage.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
That's a hot take.
Well, I like it. Hey, look, we got Mayfield now, and we're looking good. I like the.
Yeah, what do you think about the Bucs?
I think we're looking good. I like this story too about the 400-pounder that they signed from
out of Florida.
Yeah, the guy was huge. I saw some of his clips. Desmond. What was it, Desmond? Yeah, he's a big boy, man. That's going to be awesome.
If you saw him coming after you when you were playing quarterback, what would you do?
Oh, man, I'll stiff arm him, man. I'll put a spin move on him.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
He'll just land on top of you.
Yeah, right. I'll make sure. Yeah. Well, I did go to jiu-jitsu the other day, and I wrestled this big boy. He was like 275 pounds. I was like, man, I was real cautious with how I moved. Oh, these guys have been doing it their whole life.
Yeah.
I do it for like a recreation, so I go in there and I learn, and I compete. That's it. I compete.
Are you boxing now also?
I like to box. I need to get into a boxing gym. That's something I want to find.
That or just hang up a bag in your garage, man.
Yeah, but it's better when you have somebody holding the bags and stuff and you're moving around. It's more fun that way. Where are you plugging, man? You got your podcast. How can they find your podcast?
FebreFrameworks.com. Happy Hour Holidays. Days spelled DAZE.com. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all iHeart, all streaming services. And you know what, Brandon? I want to plug you also, because many people don't know that Consumer Quarterback has a YouTube channel. You guys need to check that out. Thanks, give it a like and sign up for the notifications right there.
That's right. Ring the bell, right? Ring the bell, get the subscriptions. There you go. All right, good stuff. Say hello to the team, Jeanette, the whole team over there, man. Great team at Febre Frameworks. Say hello to Manny Fresh. And thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Always a good conversation. All right, coming up, Martin Gramatica, former Super Bowl winner, Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Martin Gramatica representing Clearview Imaging Center in studio with us. We'll be right back.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. We got Martin Gramatica joining us here in studio, former Super Bowl winner, former Tampa Bay Buc, and now owner, Clearview Imaging Center, co-owner of Clearview Imaging Center. We're going to talk with him about health and some of the scans that they offer. We got a little real estate talk here, conversation. I got some latest stats, updated stats right here out of Pinellas County. So we're going to give you some real estate update for the latest numbers coming out of the real estate board. And before we do, a couple of hot listings here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team. We always like to feature our listings on air. Our strategy helps us sell faster for more money. You know, our highest duty to our sellers is to maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of their real estate listings. All right, we got some listings here. 700 Physicians Court. This one is a medical facility or land. It's land so you could build your medical location here. Half-acre land, 700 Physicians Court, Leesburg, Florida. So buy some dirt, build. This one's suited for medical or professional purposes. Highly desirable corner of Physicians Court and Medical Plaza. So great location, close to downtown Leesburg. You're about 2 minutes from the scenic shores of Lake Harris. So great opportunity to buy land. By the way, we sell vacant land, commercial, residential properties at the Platinum MVP team. We always like to help you win when you're buying, selling, investing in real estate. 221 Howard Drive, beautiful property. We have a motivated seller and a gorgeous $1 million listing here. This one's $2.75 million, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square foot single family home. It's an exclusive Bel Air beach location. You have 100 linear feet of water frontage on deep water access to the Gulf of America. You are 1 block walk or bike ride down to beach access there, where you're on the sugar sand beaches and dolphin-filled waters of beautiful Pinellas County, and you are one of the highest land elevations in the area there. Check out 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, Florida. Bring your boats, bring your jet skis, enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest, and enjoy the Gulf of America. Take your boat and jet skis out there and enjoy the Tampa Bay living, that Florida living to the fullest. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And a quick shout out to Patriot Mobile, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. PatriotMobile.com, Christian conservative phone provider, PatriotMobile.com/ConsumerQB. And we'll get the credit for that, and you'll get the discounts. PatriotMobile.com/ConsumerQB for all of your cell phone needs. Mobilizing freedom. That's their motto there. All right, Martin Gramatica, welcome back in, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure, man. Always good. So what have you seen lately out of the Bucs, man? You looking forward to the season?
Oh, always, especially when you have a great draft, which the Bucs did, and you have a lot of returning players. And that's one of the things, Jason Light has done an amazing job of re-signing our players first. That's where, a lot of times teams let guys go into free agency. We keep our stars local and then build around them. So, yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun. Fun year.
What a big sign to have Mike and Chris coming back, right? I mean, that was huge.
That's huge. And then Baker. I mean, because Baker had that first year, where it was kind of like a prove-it type deal. Like, let me bet on myself, then signed a big deal. Now surrounding him with talent, having more consistent. Obviously, every year we're losing our offensive coordinator because our offense does so well, so then they become head coaches. So we'll see how it goes with the new offensive coordinator. But you have those pieces, and then having Mike and Chris healthy and ready to go, that'll be huge. And then you draft a young receiver that can learn under these veterans that have done it, and they have done it the right way. When you talk about Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they're the most humble players on the team, and usually that's not what you really normally hear about receivers.
Right.
So these guys are unselfish. They put the team first. They put winning first. Yeah. So it's nice to have a young receiver or a group of young receivers learn under these two guys.
Yeah, I like to have that humble athlete, those humble guys, not like you have like guys like Michael Irvin or what was the guy for the Bengals that was so outspoken too? Ocho. Yeah, those guys. I'd much rather have a humble player that's willing to kind of humble themselves and then teach the younger generation. Isn't that what Coach Dungy talked a lot about too, is giving back to community and helping the younger folks come along?
Oh, 100%. He was like a father figure to all of us, and not only did he want us to be good on the football field, but he wanted us to be better off the field and get involved in the community. I remember when we signed our first contract, you had to do 2 charity events through the Bucs as part of the contract. Obviously, when you have guys that led like Derek Brooks, his foundation, Mike Allstott, they did a lot more than just 2 events. So then it's kind of like when you get and follow their lead, then you start your own foundation. A lot of guys start foundations when they get to the NFL because of the leaders that show you how to do it, show you the way. But Coach Dungy was the leader of that. But then obviously like a guy like Derek and Mike having their foundation, still doing great things in the community, after we've retired for so long. So yeah, it's a great group of mentors that I had when I came into the league.
Right. Yeah. If you just joined us, my guest today, Martin Gramatica, Clearview Imaging Center, and of course former Buccaneer Automatica. Gramatica was the nickname. Who gave you that nickname, by the way?
That was in college. So
okay.
Yeah, so our play-by-play, my junior year, we did 19 or 20 field goals. So then it just it was in the paper, one of the newspapers, and it stuck.
Nice.
But for a kicker, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse. I've heard worse nicknames for kickers, so I'll take that one.
You have your own foundation too, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
You have your own foundation also, don't you?
Yes. So we have our
family.
foundation, yes, that we do the stuff for the veterans. And, you always want to be part of the community. And for us, not being born in this country, I want to thank every veteran, every military, for the freedom that we have in this country. So that's why it was important for me to focus my charitable work for veterans.
Yeah, that's important, man. The veterans pay it all for us. You know who I was thinking about the other day is old Vincent Jackson, man. I was going through some older photos. He was on the show. He loved it. And, just what a sad scene. Is this action in Jackson in action, is that still moving forward without him?
Oh, yeah, still. And they're very involved in the community. And Allison, who runs my foundation, runs the Jackson in Action Foundation as well. So I see a lot of the stuff that they're doing. So they're still going full steam ahead. His wife's still working the foundation and running that as well. So
nice.
Yes. So it's still a great tribute to him and what he started. So they're still going. They're going strong. Yeah, for sure.
That's super cool, man. Any organization, you think about the culture. You think about how you can, as a leader, bring the culture to where you want it, to have those values, to have that foundation. And then ultimately to have something like that to live after you're gone, I think that's a big deal. What about your legacy, man? Have you thought about what you want your legacy to be? How have you?
I was just asked that today. I did a podcast this morning. I was like, when you're right now, I don't really think about that. I just want to be a good husband, a good father, and guide my kids the right way. That's the biggest thing. And you always hope that people say you're a good person.
Yeah.
Besides that, what else? Obviously, I want to do stuff for my family, set them up, and try to show them the way and help them. But as far as that, just make sure treat people right, and that's the thing. Like the values. That's where. I feel like sometimes in the U.S. or in the world, we've lost the values of what a good person is, and teach our kids the value of a firm handshake, look people in the eyes. A lot of these kids, they don't even know how to shake your hand. They don't know how to look people in the eyes.
Yep. They
go to an interview, and I'm not hiring somebody that can't look you in the eyes and give you a good handshake. So that's trying to teach our youth that, I think, is real important. So, so just show them the kids, what the old school type of values.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's great, man. Just because you really think about it, it's your legacy, right? It's your legacy and your children that you leave behind. It's the memories that you're going to leave behind, how people talk about you, how you try to help people, and things of that nature. I think that's a big part of that legacy, living a life that is memorable. People are going to remember things about you. So, all right. So speaking of mortality, Clearview Imaging, right? I mean,
wade right into that. That's pretty good, man.
Into it, man.
Yeah.
I almost saw it. October is going to be 5 years ago when I had my heart surgery and the heart attack, and they said, when did you have your heart attack? And I said, what heart attack are you talking about? But I guess I found out that an EKG will kind of show you your heart's history. But much better than that is your technology. You guys have world-class technology that will take a look into your body, and I'll let you give the details on that.
Right. Well, thank you, Brandon. So with our technology and our CT scanner, we can detect heart disease and cancer way before that first symptom, because the first symptom of heart disease is usually a heart attack. And a big percentage of the people that have heart attacks don't live to talk about it. You're the lucky one, and it's a small number. Yep. And with cancer, when a patient or a person has that symptom, it's usually late stage, where if they survive it, they're still going to need the chemo, they're still going to need the radiation, so their quality of life changes. And anybody that's gone through chemo and radiation, they'll say, the disease is horrible, the treatment is equally as bad, if not worse sometimes.
Yeah.
With our technology, if a patient doesn't have any symptoms, more than likely when we detect something, it's at an earlier stage. And I always bring up my friend Ernie and Cindy. Cindy, her tumor was the size of a softball in her kidney, no symptoms whatsoever. A month before her scan, she had her annual physical, and they said, Cindy, you have the kidneys of a 17-year-old. And it's not knocking doctors. They're just not using the technology like we're using. They're just going by the blood work.
Right.
So her kidneys were functioning properly, so they say, you're fine. Luckily for her that she scanned, because now we detected a tumor the size of a softball in her kidney, no symptoms whatsoever. After their kidney removal, then we had to wait 4 to 5 weeks to see if she's going to need chemo or radiation. She didn't need chemo or radiation. So her lifestyle and Ernie's lifestyle did not change because it was detected early. If she would have scanned just a month, and this is what's crazy, just a month after our scan, she would have needed, it would have spread, because it would have ruptured and it would have gone in her bone, all over her body. So now she would have needed the chemo and radiation, and who knows what happens after that. So that's why early detection, and that's why our tagline is, early detection is a game changer.
Yeah.
Because in Ernie and Cindy's case, they're traveling the world. They have 9 grandkids that just came back from a trip to Italy. That wouldn't have happened if she didn't scan. There's no chance, because she's cancer-free now for 2 years, and she did a brief testimonial for us, and she said the only thing I had to wait for is for the stitches to heal, and then I was 100%.
Wow.
Can you imagine, after we found a mass the size of a softball? So obviously she had to have the remove of the kidney removal, but her life didn't even change, because she caught it early. So that's what we do, and that's why I'm so happy and thankful that I'm still doing preventative imaging. I've been doing it for 5 years now. I've scanned every year for 5 years, and my body's changed every year that I've scanned on the inside. Just like our bodies change on the outside, my body's changed. Luckily, I haven't had anything serious or major that I have to be concerned about, but I know that I'm scanning every year, so if anything were to start, we're going to catch it early.
Yeah, that's important, man. Making sure you get that baseline. Find out that baseline, sign up on the program, and it's more affordable than people think. I think a lot of times people have this misconception. Sometimes when we talk about these things, it's like, oh, it's got to be expensive.
Right. No, we have ways, programs that make the scans very affordable. We have we'll have care credit set up. We have payment plans set up so they can do it through the care credit. But the thing is, we'll figure out a way to get somebody a full body scan if that's what they want to do, because it will, if something's going on, it will save people's lives. Every single day when we're scanning our patients, one of them, 1 to 3 will have either heart disease or cancer that they have no idea they have. And that's the scary part. We could be living with these diseases that we don't know. So by capturing them early, you have the higher percentage of surviving it.
Yeah, it's important to get in there. And you got, when you think about the health, it's an overall piece, right? You talk about working out, you talk about things that you can control, diet and exercise, getting the sleep. But some of these things you just can't control it.
Right.
These are just kind of free radicals in the body. They're going to accumulate and clump up, and sometimes the cells will, turn into cancers and turn into these, different tumors that you have to find. You just got to find.
That's a really good point, Brendan, because I've never done anything medical besides, when I started the imaging 5 years ago. So I would judge people when they come to the office. Oh, they look great, they'll be fine. Or this guy, they don't look like they eat right, or they take care of their health. They might have something. I saw the fittest 65-year-old man I've ever seen. I mean, this guy was a triathlete, cycled 25 miles a day, super ripped. You're like, I want to look like him when I'm 65.
Yeah.
And he ended up having a calcium score so high that he had to go to the hospital. Not even go see your doctor, go straight to the hospital.
Wow.
No symptoms whatsoever. A triathlete, cycled 25 miles a day every single day. And then you see others that never take care of their bodies, never do anything, and are fine. So until you look inside, you just don't know. I had a good friend of mine, soccer player. I don't know if I told you the story last time, but he smoked his whole life since he was 12. And gets a scan. I'm thinking we're going to find something in his lungs for sure. He's been smoking that long. Lungs completely fine.
Yeah. So
you could take it both ways, where most people would say, okay, I dodged a bullet here. Let me clean my act. Let me,
Yeah.
And he's like, no, now I can keep smoking so I don't have anything wrong. I'm saying, no, that's not the purpose of this. It's for you to change your lifestyle, though.
Yeah.
So after smoking, and he's in his 50s, his whole life, you would think, okay, now I'm going to change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
So slowly, I just saw him a few weeks ago. He is changing it. So it's good to see that.
Yeah.
The scan kind of woke him up, said, okay, everything's fine. I want to make sure I can still be fine, so I'm not going to smoke anymore. So that's the other thing, though. By knowing, okay, everything looks good inside, why not keep it that way?
Right.
So you can change your lifestyle. And if something is going on, you can change your lifestyle as well to correct it and reverse certain things as well.
Yeah, it's funny. It kind of reminds you of the old, was it George Burns or some of those old actors? You see them, they're in their 90s, they're smoking and drinking all the time. And they've got the cleanest bill of health until they don't. But, that's what happens. All right, quick break. Right back. More with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Also going to go over some quick real estate stats with you. The number of new listings, how many new listings came on the market? What about active? What about pendings? What do we see happening with the market? We're going to touch base on that as well. More coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, online at consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg. Online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Blue Moon Estate Sales of Pinellas County for all of your estate sale needs. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. Reach out to Jennifer. Tell her you heard about her here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. BlueMoonEstateSales.com. And stop by their store, the Blue Moon Store, at 1479 South Belcher in Largo. 1479 South Belcher in Largo. And that's BlueMoonEstateSales.com. SJ Movers and Junk Removal, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 727-717-0846 for all your moving and junk removal. 727-717-0846. SJ Movers and Junk Removal. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon BRimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing, we would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon BRimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon BRimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Martin Gramatica, Clearview Imaging Center on the program here. One quick listing, and we'll jump right back into it. 10129 Little Road is a commercial property that we've got listed in Newport Richey. This one is a great opportunity for a business owner, a doctor, chiropractic office, professional office. This one's a great opportunity here. You got 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey. 2337 square foot. It's set up as a medical facility. It's over an acre of land. Currently operating as a chiropractic office on Little Road in Newport Richey, Florida, close to State Road 52, Highway 19, and Suncoast Parkway. You've got over a dozen paid parking spaces, over an acre of land, and you are ADA compliant entrance with your ramp there and bathroom. New roof installed in 2020 and a functional lit monument right there for high visibility. Check out 10129 Little Road, Newport Richey, Florida, one of our commercial listings from the Platinum MVP team. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Martin Gramatica back in studio. Martin, I want to go over some real estate stats, maybe get a little bit of your opinion in the market. I know you've been in the real estate market before with your other company, previous company, Gramatica Sips, and I think you've got family that's involved in real estate. But if you look at, so new listings from March of 2025. Now, this is Pinellas County, condos, townhomes. You've got new listings are down, actually, from March to April, down from 1,034 down to 973, so that's a 5.9% change down. Now, we do have more active listings. You got 3,872 active listings, which are more now in April. You got 4,036, so up 4.2%. And let's see, what about that sales price? Median sales price is up 2.7%. And that's against kind of what people think about condos. People think condos, they think kind of a really soft market right now. It's somewhat soft, but it's not too terrible, up 2.8%.
Every time I mow my grass, I tell my wife, we should move to a condo.
Yeah. Are you still out there doing it?
Yeah, I'm still doing it. Oh, yeah, man. I like to get out there and sweat. So Yeah. Well, I built a little soccer field in the backyard.
Yep.
So that's my that's where I relax, mow my lawn, but I try to keep it perfect. But the spray guy killed it last year, so now I'm back to like trying to regrow it. So
oh man,
I don't know what they sprayed. It was supposed to be a weed or whatever. And
weed and feed or whatever.
Yeah, but it was whatever it was the wrong thing. So now we got a new spray guy.
I bet. Yeah.
And I had to reseed, so now we're back to being able to mow it again. Yeah,
I miss that. Getting out in the yard, doing yard work a little bit.
No, I don't. I don't do the weed whacker, all that. I got somebody else. It got old.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't mind pushing the mower, but it's self-propelled too. So it's like back in the day, we had all the non-self-propelled. We were mowing by hand. It was by hand.
Yeah.
This at least you get a little workout in, get a little sweat here. I love going out in the heat, so I don't mind it. But
exactly.
Yeah, I don't mind doing
a little yard work, man. Something natural there. Something natural. That connection to the earth. You know.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. So I saw this headline last week too. It's about the Bucs. One of their big signees, Desmond, clocks in at 437 pounds, previous record holders. So he's kind of following in the legend Bear William, the Refrigerator Perry, Bears legend there, kind of big boy.
He is massive. So I remember my son took the recruiting visit to the Gators, and just being up close to him, I don't know if I've ever seen a human that big.
Yeah.
I mean, and he wore 21, which was really awkward in Florida. So it was awkward to see a guy that big. You have the big numbers, a D lineman number. He wore 21, so it's like the biggest running back I've ever seen. It felt like
that's like Fred Taylor's number, wasn't it? 21.
Probably,
something like that.
But can you imagine him now with the Bucs being the lead blocker for Vita Vea? You throw Vita Vea, for goal line. I mean, there's nobody stopping you.
Yeah.
Nobody's stopping you. So yeah, could be a great weapon. More on defense. Who's running against us? We have him and Vita Vea now blocking, right there.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, if we use him for the run game, who's stopping you? So it's a great signing.
I like it. What do you think about the Bucs, or the Bulls rather too? You got the Bulls, man.
I'm excited, man. What we love is obviously both of my kids are going to be going there, and what I tell Golish every time I see him, I said, look, I don't care that you're 20 minutes from the house. If you were at 10,000 miles, we'd be happy to send our kids to that program because they're doing it right. They're about family. They're about growing these kids, making them young men for the future. So it's more than just football. They're doing a great job with that, molding these kids for the future. And obviously, the football's improved tremendously in the last 2 years that he's been here because these kids are being held accountable.
Yeah.
I mean, my son wakes up every morning. They have workouts. They have the dinner where they're all together. So they do so much as a team that's what builds that bond, because this is an era now that you're seeing a lot of kids being more individuals, with the portal and the money that they're getting paid.
Right.
At USF, I don't see that. I see that old school type of like brotherhood, and I hear it from my son. Like they hang out with all not just the kickers or the punters. They're hanging out with all the teammates. We're very excited for USF. Real excited.
Yeah, me too, man. What's a week that you got circled on the calendar for Bucs or Bulls? Which game you looking forward to?
I haven't really looked at the schedule. The schedule stressed me out.
Yeah.
Because I don't like flying, right? So when the schedule would come out, I would like circle the West Coast games and just start sweating because I didn't want to get on that plane in the 5 to 6 hour drive. So I don't even look at the schedule now. I got to a rhythm where I just like wouldn't even look at the schedule because it would literally like stress me out.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, week by week. I'm not even looking ahead. Yeah. So let's not stress about the road games. That's why I love home games, because I didn't have to get on the plane.
Heck yeah. Home games, man. Nothing like playing at home. All right, Martin Gramatica, thanks for coming in, man.
No, I appreciate you having me.
Clearviewimaging.com, clearviewimaging.com. Another great show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.